Quick trigger warning, I'm going to be talking about things like blood, medical procedures, miscarriage, and reproductive organs. If these topics make you feel uncomfortable, feel free to keep scrolling. My name is Jessica, and this is part 6 of my journey with endometrial cancer. In April of 2023, I took a pregnancy test that turned out to be negative. A week later, I started my period, but this period was the mother of all periods. I bled so much that I maybe should have gone to the emergency room. Google led me to believe that maybe I had an early miscarriage, which was obviously really distressing and confusing since my pregnancy test was negative. My OB told me that my excessively heavy period was normal and that I just ovulated and had a heavy period, and he assured me that I didn't have a miscarriage. But this clearly wasn't normal because it kept happening. Every 4 to 6 months, I would have an excessively heavy period. I was out of work for maybe a week at a time. I was so sick I could barely stand. Something was clearly wrong, and I was really tired. In May of 2025, we learned that the extreme periods were caused by endometrial cancer. My schedule suddenly got filled with doctor's appointments, MRIs, ultrasounds, and lab work. I had 3 surgeries in the same year. It was exhausting, being poked and prodded. I was prescribed a prescription called Magestrol, which is basically a heavy dose of progesterone. I also had an IUD inserted to pump me with even more progesterone. Progesterone causes fatigue, moodiness, weight gain, and hunger, so think of your typical pregnancy symptoms. I was definitely feeling fatigue and hunger. The pills I took were also very large, and they frequently got caught in my throat, and I have to take them twice a day. The IUD that was inserted in July causes a lot of discomfort. I have daily bleeding and cramping with the IUD in. I typically wake up first thing in the morning in pain, and I go to bed in pain. I'm essentially living off of ibuprofen to combat the cramps. In November, I had my 3rd surgery of the year. A pastor friend of ours called to pray with me the night before. He asked how I was doing, and I told him I was so tired. I was tired of the medicine. I was tired of the cramping and fatigue. I was tired of being poked and prodded. I was also tired of the waiting. He reminded me of Nehemiah in the Bible, who was also tired as he tried to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem in the face of adversity. But he persevered and he finished his task. I'm not building a wall among enemies, but there have been so many times that I wanted to quit. There have been times that I thought I just want to do the hysterectomy and get it over with. I had concerned family who wanted me to quit for my safety. My doctor kept reminding me that we could stop treatment at any time and just do a hysterectomy. But we trusted that God was going to heal me, so I chose to persevere. A biopsy was done during my last surgery that showed that the cancer was still present at the surface level, so I requested to have another MRI done. The MRI showed that the cancer that was previously partway through the muscle tissue has retracted. There is no cancer in my muscle tissue, and I am almost cancer-free. It has been really hard. Waiting is hard, but trusting in God and persevering has been worth it in the end. If you're going through this, let me validate you. It is hard. It is exhausting. I am so thankful that my cancer was caught early and that I didn't need chemo, but cancer still takes its toll on the body. For me, I am exhausted, but I rely on God to equip me to persevere. Though cancer is almost gone, we still have a fertility journey ahead of us. My sister-in-law thankfully set up a GoFundMe for us that you can check out in the description if you want to help. Feel free to also share the link with anybody that you know. Also check out my blog, peachribbonclub.com, to read more of my story. Also don't forget to follow and share, and I will see you next time. Thank you.